good afternoon. Glad to be here with you today.
And you know, the yellow is just popping.
Hey.
People will think we actually planned it,
Oh,
but
no.
seriously, we just came out looking all yellowish.
Immediately I got into the room, Nancy screamed. I said, I didn't understand why she was screaming. I said,
you had a look.
The yellow thing.
It's a beautiful thing. Oh, poppy and you know,
it's beautiful.
shiny. It's nice.
Yeah.
So how have you been?
I'm okay. I'm fine. But something upsetted me, you know.
Okay.
Olu Jacob's death when he's still alive. You know, I don't know why people like doing this. Not only on him, a lot of people, they like talking about somebody's death when the person is not
alive.
yet, and they've not even heard it from the family, they've not heard it from anywhere, and they just start talking about it. My son actually came and said, Mommy, have you heard of Olu Jacob's death? I said, no, I never heard. I said, it's all over. Then the following day, I saw the video that he had at the barbing salon. His son took him there. And I was saying, Dad is not dead. Dad, people are saying you're dead.
And it's so sad. It's so sad. And the painful aspect of this whole story, particularly about this Olu Jacobs rumor, was some people are still doubting it. Even after they had seen the video, they were still coming out to say it's a lie, probably an old video that he's actually dead. You know, his wife came out and made it clear that her husband is still alive. Now the question is, where did that kind of a rumor come out from?
You know, many times people tend to be doing this saying this kind of rumors, you know. Sometimes you hear someone say he's dead, whereas it's not so. Probably they know he was very ill.
Yeah, and Olu Jacob's illness is in the open. His wife has always been open about his health situation. You know? So it's in the open. All that he has been going through is in the open.
But I just wonder why people just say things that are not true.
I remember that of Zach Orji.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, there was this rumor about Zach Orji also being dead. It was even the Actors Guild chairman or president that came out to say, no, that he's not dead. In fact, he just underwent some brain operation and he's fine. He's recovering in the hospital. So sometimes what I think it's family members who actually do these things.
Sure.
I don't think there's anybody. Probably they just saw him in some states and they felt, oh, it has happened. And then, you know, the struggle to get likes, the struggle to draw traffic to your platform. You know, there is nothing people don't do these days to drag traffic to their platforms.
To their platforms,
yes.
To their pages.
To their pages, you know. I don't know if bloggers do pay people to get such information. Yes, I think it has to do with money, because it's only money that can make people want to do this kind of a thing.
Far.
Yes. Even if it's true, I think
what is the joy?
Exactly. Not even that. I'm thinking the family should have that place to be the one to come out and tell the whole world that this is what we are passing through, and nobody else
has a right to
bring
that up. Yes. I love Olu Jacob so much. I had always admired him from the beginning.
We know.
Yeah, I'm telling you, so much affection for him, sweet man. And the wife too, amazing woman.
Amazing woman, you know, I must tell you.
You know, by his, you know, when we see him, we know by his health, by his looks, his health is deteriorating. Even on that video, he wasn't talking fluently, but at least he was able to hear his son and respond and to show that not yet. It hasn't happened yet. So.
But you know the good thing? The good thing is most people who have had this kind of situation end up living longer than we even...
I pray he does.
So probably this is a good thing for Olu Jacobs.
I pray.
Yeah.
I pray.
Then talking about the wife, thank you, Mama.
Oh my God.
She's a strong woman.
I'm telling you.
I give it up for
Joke Silva. Oh, I love this woman.
I admire that woman
so much.
She's a great woman.
I love the understanding between them.
Woman.
They have so much understanding.
Exactly.
This husband and wife. They are so unique. So much understanding. So much, you see love in their eyes.
And these are couples that this generation, wives and husbands, should strive to imitate.
Yes,
these are the perfect couples. I know they might not be really, really perfect, but they have a lot going on, and they still hold it all together.
Yeah,
you don't come out to hear them with scandal here, scandal there. No. You know. So I give it up for Auntie Joke Silva. She's a great
wonderful woman.
And then for Olu Jacobs, I hope this is one of those stories we hear, like there was a rumor of him dying and 10 years ago, and 10 years after he's still living.
He's still there. Oh my God, we'll be so happy.
Yes, because we'll be so happy to see our legends living up to 100.
Yes.
We don't want them dying.
We also pray he lives longer and they remain very happy couple.
Exactly.
They are really amazing.
All right, enough of Auntie Joke and Olu Jacobs. We'll go on a very short break, and when we come back, we'll be introducing our guests as well as our topic. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
No matter wetin I see, enough fit make mouth heavy to talk am. That's now why people dey talk.
You know wetin dey worry you, but you no go fit take help yourself.
In this kind of situation now, what if they really no talk to una? Wetin be the way forward?
They go bury our chairman on Thursday. We go remain here.
Make we talk good where we dey see good, and where we know say we no dey see good, make we also dey talk am.
No woman, no mother deserve to know the grave of his child.
The bank manager, the bank executive, they are the one the government should first pay.
People They Talk, the show on Monday to Friday by 5 p.m. on top ADBN TV.
It is Groovy Mono, aka the Steez Prince. Yo, what's up? It's Big Shags. I'm in London.
Hey guys, I'm Princess Jekoko. My name is Mutale Mwanza, the Queen of Zambian Media.
My name is Grand Prince iTech. Hi guys, my name is Baj Adebule. I'm an actor and a filmer.
Hello guys, I'm Falagade Banks.
My name is Kelechi Amadiobi, photographer, storyteller.
My name is Lanradi Dura, I'm an actor.
My name is Chidi Mokime.
Hi, my name is Uche Uba.
It's Touré season.
I'm a Stems.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, moms and brothers, I am Jimmy. You can call me The Entertainer.
My name is Essie Odometa. I am an actor and a film producer.
My name is Sadiq Kubala.
Hi. My name is Julius the Genius. I would give a shout out to ADBN.
Big shout out to ADBN TV.
You're watching ADBN.
And you are watching.
Keep watching ADBN TV.
And this is ADBN TV.
And this is a shout out to ADBN TV. Keep watching, don't switch the dial.
Shout out to ADBN. Keep watching, love.
And you are watching ADBN TV.
Shout out to ADBN TV. I've got one thing for you. Make sure you keep watching ADBN TV.
And shout out
to ADBN TV.
Shout out to ADBN TV. Don't touch the dial.
And you're watching
ADBN TV. Keep watching ADBN TV.
And I'm shouting out to ADBN TV.
They're watching ADBN TV.
Keep watching ADBN TV. This is where to be. And you're watching ADBN.
Shout out to
ADBN TV.
And shout out to ADBN TV. Keep watching.
And you're watching ADBN TV.
Keep watching ADBN TV.
Right now you are checking out ADBN TV. One time.
ADBN. Keep watching. I love you and kisses.
Keep watching ADBN.
And a special shout out to ADBN. Keep doing what you're doing, guys.
Please don't touch that dial.
Stay groovy.
Hey, Bobby.
Ah! It's a shout out to ADBN.
ADBN. Advocate Broadcasting Network.
Rebuilding trust. Manipulated and conned over time, Nigerians are confused about whom to believe. Trust is the foundation upon which organized progressive societies are built. Trust embodies important elements of life. This 5-letter word, trust, has a deep meaning for whom we are and what we have become. It means being transparent, reliable, understanding, sincere, and truthful. Without any of these elements at play, societies become chaotic and completely disorganized, while anarchy sets in. Lies, half-truth, and deception have created mistrust of the government and, by extension, impacted the everyday lives of the citizens. Many of the wars being witnessed in Nigeria today have evolved from a lack of or betrayal of trust, we must retrace our steps.
We have so many issues to deal with or to grapple with. Issues of economy, employment, poverty, and so forth and so on. And trust shouldn't be one of them.
The trust deficit is a huge problem between government and the government, individuals and their communities, politicians and their constituents, the armed forces and the civilian populations, private service providers and consumers, the courts and litigants, traditional rulers and their subjects, and even between religious institutions and their faithful. But how did we get here? And what should we do to rebuild these broken elements?
If you go to the market, I have witnessed it, where even the measuring board is indented that way so that it will appear full, but you're buying just half of what you're told is being displayed for sale.
Something went wrong. What, when, and how are issues needing interrogation, and these are the questions that this platform will regularly attempt to address and provide informed and cogent answers to. All human relations are based on trust. It is a hard thing to say you have lost faith in a system or humanity. When a house is defective, with leaky roof, broken walls, faded paint, and non-functional amenities, of course, the right thing to do is to fix it. Join me, Sani Mohammed, and others on this platform every week as we discuss ways to rebuild trust and put our house back in order.
Of your daily dose of news from around the world.
Whether it's a diplomatic breakthrough, a humanitarian crisis, or a scientific discovery, Global Digest gives you a deeper understanding of the world around you. Join me, Alma Marcus. Let's stay ahead of the curve with conversations that are shaping our planet at 11 a.m. on DSTV, channel 258, and on StarTimes, channel 140. Global Digest, your window to the world's current affairs, only on Advocate Broadcasting Network.
It is Groovy Mono, aka the Steve Prince.
Yo, what's up? It's Big Shags. I'm in London.
Hey guys, I'm Princess Jekoko. My name is Mutale Mwanza, the Queen of Zambian Media.
My name is Grand Friends I-Tech. Hi guys, my name is Baj Adebule. I'm an actor and a filmer.
Hello guys, I'm Falagade Banks.
My name is Kelechi Amadiobi, photographer, storyteller.
My name is Lanrade Dura, I'm an actor.
My name is Chidi Mokime.
Hi, my name is Ucheoba.
It's Tobe season.
I'm Miss Thames.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mamas and papas, I am Jimmy. You can call me the Entertainer.
My name is Esio Dometa. I am an actor and a film producer.
My name is Sobiku Vala.
Hi. My name is Julius the Genius. I would give a shout out to ADBN.
Big shout out to ADBN TV.
You're watching ADBN.
And you are watching.
Keep watching ADBN TV.
And this is ADBN TV.
And this is a shout out to ADBN TV. Keep watching, don't switch the dial.
Shout out to ADBN. Keep watching, love.
And you are watching ADBN TV.
Shout out to ADBN TV. I've got one thing for you. Make sure you keep watching ADBN TV.
And shout out
to ADBN TV.
Shout out to ADBN TV. Don't touch the dial.
And you're watching
ADBN TV. Keep watching ADBN TV.
And I'm shouting out to ADBN TV.
They're watching ADBN TV.
Keep watching ADBN TV. This is where to be. And you're watching ADBN.
And shout out to
ADBN TV.
And shout out to ADBN TV. Keep watching.
And you're watching ADBN TV.
Keep watching ADBN TV.
Right now, you are checking out ADBN TV. One time.
ADBN. Keep watching. I love you and kisses.
Keep watching ADBN.
And a special shout out to ADBN. Keep doing what you're doing, guys.
Please don't touch that dial.
Stay groovy.
Hey, Bobby.
Ha! It's a shout out to ADBN.
AD.
Thanks for being there and welcome back. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, the earth has enough for everyone's need, but not enough for everyone's greed. Today we are being joined by Dr. Godwin Udofia, who is the chairman, Nigeria Environmental Society, a passionate advocate for sustainable living and minimalism. He will share practical wisdom on how we can align our lives with this profound principle. Welcome to the show, Dr. Godwin Udofia.
Thank you so much, and good afternoon, listeners.
Welcome to the show, Doctor.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure.
You're
welcome.
Thank you for being here, even with the little time you had to speak. I hope you're okay now. You're calm.
It's service.
Yeah.
It's service. We must strive to do it.
Exactly. So, Doctor, let's start this way. When we talk about sustainable living and minimalism, in your own words, can you just explain it to us? What exactly does it mean to you?
Sustainability, in the context of the environment, is a situation where you make use of resources available, but have it in mind that you have to make use of it in such a way that the coming generation can also have the opportunity of benefiting from what you benefited. So sustainable living here, from what we are discussing, is a way of life that allows you to make use of the resources at your disposal now, but you do it in such a way that you allow those resources to, let me say, remain for the next generation to come in. We don't just go in, we consume everything because they're available, but do it in such a way that you remember that posterity, next generation will come. And they have the right also to benefit from what you benefited. So the kind of lifestyle that a lot of us are living today is that is the winner takes it all. Yes, that's it. The winner takes it all. Because you are here today, whatever resources that are available, you want to exhaust them. Forgetting that the next generation after you are coming. So, from what the topic we are discussing, we must cultivate that attitude of getting what you need, not what you want. Not what you want, but what you need. Just like the quote from Mahatma Gandhi of India, it's not, you don't need to consume everything because it's available. So minimalism here is talking about when you take enough. Don't go beyond that. Don't get resources in such a way that you are now forced to throw them away as waste. Take it minimally, use it, and then remember that you are going to use them tomorrow. So that is exactly not at the same. You just want to finish everything at the same time. Even you are putting yourself in a disadvantaged stage if you continue doing like that.
Okay, but when somebody hears you with all these explanations now, they might be a little bit confused. Can you just give us some practical example to drive home what you're really trying to say?
All right. Can we take it? Let's begin from a national life.
Okay.
Currently, there have been overdependence on fossil fuel. And we are exploring, we are tapping, we are drilling, we are exploiting as if tomorrow will not come.
There's no tomorrow.
So strategically, we should look at what do we really need. Currently, we've been hearing government saying that a lot of petroleum products have been smuggled out. It's because you've made this thing in excess. The statistics should tell you the consumption level that we require in the nation. And then you must go for that production. You don't overproduce. Because when you overproduce, excess will have, they have to look for a way to dispose them.
Okay.
So practically, for us as individuals, get those things that you need at that time. Get everything that you want to use. Get it, the quantity at the time. Because by next day or tomorrow, you will still go back, for them. We've seen situations where after preparing a particular meal for the day, you have a lot of leftovers that now becomes waste. Now, that wastage alone, apart from the financial implication, most of the time they are dumped into the environment and they begin to create additional problems. It will now create additional problems. It will create additional problems for the municipal council that is evacuating the waste. You understand? By the time they are taken to landfills, for example, the decomposition process will produce methane that is affecting the ozone, number one. It is also affecting the climate. So it's a kind of a chain thing. By the time we discipline ourselves, even in a pattern of consumption, that will also even help the environment. Because all the waste that we generate, a lot of them go back to the environment. And they are creating more problems in the environment that is even coming back to us. Affect us.
All right, let me allow Funky Mama.
Oh, yeah. Sustainable living, I have come to understand, is a lifestyle. The way we live, we tend to live our lives. So, as you just said, some people are wasteful, some people are trying to be minimal in their usage because especially of the current economic situation. Yeah, but how can we live sustainably? Is there a way, a manner, a pattern that some people can now begin to adjust? How can we live sustainably?
All right. I think what we need first is a change of our mindset.
Okay.
We need a change of our mindset.
So which means there has to be a kind of sensitization.
Awareness, education.
Because a lot of people do not understand what we're talking about.
Education, advocacy. Let us change our pattern of living. Now, I'm just very happy that I saw, the opening, they saying that it was talking about Mahatma Gandhi. Anybody that has really go through the life of that man, when you say minimalism, that is exactly an embodiment of minimalism.
Exactly.
Beginning from his dressing. Mahatma Gandhi, I have not seen any picture that Mahatma was walking with a suit. I've never seen him with a tie.
Wrapped around the body.
Because that is their culture. You understand? So instead for you to now begin to go and look for cover shoes, look for socks, look for all these things, he was going along with slippers. Who wrap around, that is their culture. Simple, very simple living. Again, if you come to Nigeria, I think we can also talk about Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. That prime minister was an individual that, if Nigerians were to follow his footsteps, I think we wouldn't be in this mess that a lot of us are finding ourselves. A foreign journalist came to interview him. And when the journalist landed in Lagos, he was informed that the prime minister has gone on break, on recess, to his village in Bauchi. So the journalist decided to go to see him. And now, on his way, when he got to Bauchi, he asked the residence of the prime minister. So he now saw a man, pulling a bicycle. And on top, on the back, there were sugar cane on top of it. So he accosted and asked the man that he's looking for Tafawa Balewa, who is the prime minister of the most populous black country in the world. He was expecting a mansion, a very big, the lifestyle that we are living today. But the man pointed to a small compound. That is where the Prime Minister is. And he looked around. He didn't see a retinue of security and all these things. Sir, are you saying that the Prime Minister... He said the man that he has just finished giving him sugar cane, that he's on the floor, seated on the floor, eating the sugar cane with some children, the grandchildren. And the journalist then approached and got there. Behold, the Prime Minister, as the man said, was seated on the floor with two of his grandchildren, enjoying the sugar cane that he just collected from that man. A Prime Minister of a nation.
Wow, I've never heard that before.
No, this is.
I mean, in Nigeria, I
yes.
never heard this story.
Yes, it is. It's real.
Yeah,
it's real. There's a textbook written by Frederick Forsyth. Was an American, British journalist and an author. The title of that text is "The Right Gentleman." Was talking everything about the Prime Minister, how he came from cradle to become what he was. That is simple living. Simple living. So what is available, you make use of them. They're not, and within that, his cabinet. We also have another official that was so flamboyant in his dressing and everything, and that was the finance minister. Festus Okotiebo. They won, yes, Festus Okotiebo, who, by the time he goes for a function, you have people following him, carrying his wrapper, following him.
So they're in the same place, but even
two different
lifestyles.
So when we now talk about sustainable living, that is what the Prime Minister exhibited. With that kind of attitude, I think we can live sustainably.
That's a nice one.
Okay, so now when we talk about this, I love it and I understand what you're trying to say. But I think we have gone so far apart from that kind of living now. So it will really take a lot to educate Nigerians at this time to want to go back to living like that. So I want you now to explain to our audience some simple swaps or some simple changes people can do, to reduce the environmental footprint.
Okay. Let me start with.
Let's start with food.
Food. Let's start with food. In your household, you are 6, and you want to prepare breakfast. And to me, a household of 6, and if you are preparing rice, about maybe 7 cups or 8 cups, that should be enough.
Okay, regardless of the age limits or the
age? I'm just an average. On average.
Okay, average.
8 cups.
Okay.
Now, after preparing that, you dish them out. Whatever will remain is going to be very small, very little. But a situation where in that same household of about that number of people, and then you are preparing 18 cups of rice.
Or 15.
Or 15 cups of rice. What do you think will be?
And
most of these people that do this will not like to take this food in the next meal.
Yeah.
We are talking about change of attitude. If you prepare so much, will you be good enough to take that food in the next meal? But they won't. So the next thing...
They can give it to their house helps.
House help?
The gardener, sometimes.
But if you still have excess, normally, I think a reasonable person that has a gardener, you should provide food for him, even your security, your driver. So, but after all this, what do you do with the remaining? So a lot of them, those are the things that end up in the dustbin. So let us be not, I wouldn't really say prudent, let us be a little bit disciplined in our purchase. We should be disciplined in our purchase. We should be disciplined in our preparation, and also be disciplined in consumption. So by the time that we begin to do that, you notice that because we're talking about carbon footprint, what goes to the landfill now is minimal. It's minimal. And again, maybe what goes to the landfill could be something that could be used for some other thing. Okay. So the decomposition process that will end up producing this obnoxious gases like the methane and so on would have been reduced. Okay. So the amount of carbon, released into the environment now is minimal. Is minimized and also curtailed. Okay. So our change, the lifestyle is very important.
Okay, now that's for food. Is there any other one?
Yes, so many, so many. You have in a family. Well, I wouldn't want to talk about how the wealth came about. And you have some families that you have about maybe 5, 7 cars running in the compound, and the madam is going with one car. The oga is going with one car.
The children.
The children they are going to school. Another car. The person that will go to the market. Another car. Do you understand?
Yes. Yeah.
But one car could do all this because the driver will carry madam, carry the children, drop probably the children in school, then drop madam, then pick the house to the market.
But that would be too much for one car.
I'm just citing an example.
We are talking about simple living.
Yeah, simple. So by so doing, what the combustion rate that produces the CO2 is reduced. Because the more combustion, internal combustion engine that we operate, the more the CO2 that we are producing. Every car, every vehicle that uses petrol or diesel ends up producing that. So the more you put them on the road, the more the carbon emission and the carbon body budget. So if we can reduce, again, why is it that you are living here at least this very location and you are buying something at a shop by this your T junction when you leave Passion Avenue, that T junction, or probably even the worship center, and you are going with a car.
Nancy.
No, don't go.
Why are you looking at me?
Why do you go with a car?
Why do you look at me?
So why don't you just take a walk? That walk, the walk that you are taking, is also good for you, for your health.
God will help us.
But meanwhile, I don't know, maybe status. You want to maintain your, the status.
Sometimes it's not status, it's laziness.
Laziness, right? Laziness.
Yeah.
It's laziness.
That's another one.
Laziness. It's a little distance that you can trek. And we are doing in such a way that even our children these days, they are not hardy. Our children are not hardy. So these are ways that we can adjust our lives so that I think we allow that sustainability to come in. There are many instances. I'm just giving some very few.
Water now. Should we take tap water? Should we take bottled water? Should we take waterproof water?
Sachet water. Which one?
Which one?
That will take that will not be so harmful to the environment.
Yes.
Every water in a container, most containers will have elements of that container in that water.
Oh.
I've heard about that one.
Yeah. All the water that we have in plastics, especially the way even the storage procedure, where they pack the water in plastics and place them outside for the sun
to heat on.
Those plastics are going into what we call microplastics into the water. And when you now drink, you are drinking a lot of plastics into your system.
Toxicity.
Yes. The same thing with the nylon. Having water packaged in nylons, even the nylons are even more dangerous than the plastics, the other bottles, the bottles. So, but if you have ordinary other containers that are glazed, for example, ceramic, this and then you have water. The thing is that let your water not be contaminated.
Okay.
If you are using borehole, take your water, the quantity you want to use for drinking for a day, not to put them inside container and use for several days. Because a very typical example is that put water in any container now and keep after 3 days, dip your finger inside it and touch the
slimy.
It's slimy.
Yeah.
Those things are called biofilms. They are called biofilms. And the conglomerate of organisms that forms that, by the time they enter into your system, it creates a lot of problems that sometimes antibiotics cannot cure.
Wow.
Seriously?
Wow.
Now this goes to, I think this you should hammer more on this, because I know so many parents or so many mothers don't wash their children's water bottles in a long time. Yes, and then when you see these water bottles, they have the slimes inside of them.
Biofilms, as far as medical health and medical is concerned, is one of the major reasons that we are having a lot of antibiotic resistance. The biofilm is not made up of only a population of a single organism. You have so many of them coming together.
Okay, so how does, what brings it?
It's from the water.
It's the water now.
So the treatment that was used for the water, or just water?
Do you know that the air, as we are in this room, you have lots and millions of microorganisms where we are seated.
Yeah,
we are breathing them in every day. So they are in the water, they are in the air that you breathe. What keeps us healthy is your state of immunity. Your immune system allows us to. But whenever these agents overcome your immune system, you come down with a disease. So they are there in the water that you are drinking. They are there everywhere. The moment you open any container, they are there. So what happens is that by the time they get in there, they get attached to the surfaces. They have the process of getting themselves attached, and different microorganisms will come together because they produce what they call extracellular polysaccharide, and that is what makes it slimy. And that thing will coat around, and sometimes if you now use disinfectant, that thing is a protective thing for them.
Okay.
So it will not allow the disinfectant to get to where they are. So you can have a disinfectant, you have disinfected the water, but that disinfectant doesn't get to the microorganism because they have used this exopolysaccharide to protect themselves by forming that slimy layer around the container.
So it means no need for them.
Don't store.
Do not store
Don't
water.
store water.
So just consume.
Just consume the water as it comes. Minimalism, as you are talking about. Don't store. Because the storage will be a problem. Even food, storing food is also a problem. Let me tell you that there are some microorganisms that can grow at temperatures less than 4 degrees.
Oh.
Yes. Typically is Yersinia. Yersinia enterocolitica is an organism that thrives well at temperatures below 4. So your refrigeration temperature even gives it enough.
But is it harmful?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yes, they do.
So the refrigerator gives them.
Yes, that temperature.
Okay, so
that temperature.
we that cook food and store in the freezer.
It is exactly what, and even the freezer, you know, the thawing and the freezing and the thawing and the freezing is also affecting the quality of the food.
Okay, so how should we now live now?
Simple living. Prepare. That is the thing.
Jesus.
Prepare the thing, eat, and get ready for the next thing. Yes.
But it's not easy doing all that every day.
For a sustainable living, it should be easy.
God.
For a sustainable living, it should be easy. The only thing that may really disturb you a little will be probably waking up very early in the morning and just make the meal for the breakfast, depending on what you want to prepare.
Wow.
And that's all. Then if you have house help, by the time that you have now gone for work in the afternoon, the person prepares what will be eaten that time. You just in the evening they prepare. Storage is not a very good. Is not very good for us in terms of health.
Now this is you know, I don't know, but how can we involve our communities and families, you know, to join us in this sustainable living journey? How do we do it?
Yes, one of the ways is what you, Passion, ADBN, what you are doing now. Because this is a very potent means of communication. And we are educating the public as we are talking, as we are discussing now. Our viewers are listening. But the point, a little problem with us in Nigeria is that we don't take certain information seriously. Let me digress a little. At the beginning of this very year, I think around March or so, National Hydrological Agency and NIMET came up with predictions mentioning certain states that are going to be affected by flood. Massive flood. And even they had to break down the states, break down the local government that will be involved, and even break down the periods from this month to this month, from this month to this month. But the recent happening in Lagos State, what was the preparedness after you've gotten this information?
Oh my goodness.
How prepared was the state?
You know, even as much as this looks funny, it is not funny.
It's not funny.
Because it's a big problem. We are not proactive.
That is
we
the
just
thing.
sit down and wait for it
Informations
to come.
are disseminated. Nobody will come to your home to make you enforce those things. Apply it. Apply it. Assuming maybe Lagos State they were prepared, I think that the damage that we have witnessed shouldn't have been so massive. Well, flooding is a natural phenomenon, but you must be prepared that when it comes, you have mitigation and adaptation.
Especially when you are aware of it
aware
coming.
of several months before the thing happens. This is the problem that we're having in Nigeria, and probably maybe in most African countries. Informations are given on time. It's not very easy. I want to tell you that even when you are telling people that, look, the floods are coming, is some few kilometers away, can you be evacuated? And they will tell you, no, allow me, my forefather lived here. And that is our problem.
What is that called? That mindset, what is it called?
It's a kind of a fixated mindset. Very difficult.
Change.
Very difficult for them to change. They will now begin to tell you history about the
flood will come back.
And they will just come and damage everything. If possible, we'll carry them.
And then they blame the government.
They blame government.
Okay, Grandma.
Okay, so Doctor, so while we're still talking about the flood issue and all of that, what do you think about recycling, reusing, repurposing, and all of that?
Yes. All those concepts came out because of the enormous waste that we generate every day. As long as you are living, in fact, when you die, you even become a waste.
Yeah, of course. The food chain is
you become a waste there. Yeah. So, human activity are directly linked with the production of waste. Okay. Now, when you have wastes overwhelming the processes that is supposed to remove them, because naturally there are certain materials that you put them out on into the environment over time, because the environment has a cleansing potential. It has a way of cleansing itself. But what goes in must be at a rate that is commensurate with the self-cleansing process by nature. But what we've done, what we humans have done, is that we have so much generated waste that it exceeds the carrying capacity of the environment and then the cleansing capacity of the environment. As a result of that, excess wastes, we must look for ways to make sure that we remove them. So some of the ways suggested, that's when all these other concepts now come in. We recycle. Now, by the time I get a particular product, use it, if I don't use it again, to me, that becomes a waste and goes into the environment. But there is a way that we can still use this again, probably in another form. So instead of the material getting to the environment, it can still be in use. That is the concept of recycling. We now recycle. by the time we recycle, we reduce the volume of these waste that are supposed to be in the environment.
Okay.
Repurpose is that it was used for a particular thing. After you have finished with it, for example, let me see, maybe this plastic water. We finish drinking water. I can repurpose it. I cut the plastic into two. I can use the other side as a funnel. I can use the remaining part, to plant flowers. So we're now giving another purpose to it. And you now see that the funnel process, using it as a funnel, can last longer than drinking water from it. And the flower also. So by so doing these things, instead of getting into the environment, is now serving another purpose.
That's okay. Okay.
So recycling, repurposing, and we even talk about refuse. There are certain products they want to give you, say, you don't want it. Yes, you don't want it. Because, for example, if you are going to the market, what is the need you going every day? Every time you go to the market, you bring back nylons back to your house.
Is it not you that say we should go every day and prepare fresh food every day?
No, I'm not saying. Why don't you go with a bag
that you had?
Yes.
Okay.
An old bag that you had used that is durable. You go back. And then some of these things, instead of packaging them in nylons, you tell them to give you in paper.
Exactly.
And you put inside that bag and take it. By the time you get home, the waste that you are going to generate is going to be very small.
Okay. So we still have questions, but then we have limited time.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Please,
So let's just talk about some common misconceptions about sustainable living and minimalism that you would want to debunk.
One of them is, I think I mentioned something about status. If I want to live a very simple life, sometimes they say I'm poor. He's a poor man. That's why he's doing this, he's doing that. And again, making our people to change their mindset. If you know your worth, sometimes opinion of others does not really matter.
Yeah.
If you know what you are worth,
Yeah.
some other people's opinion doesn't matter. You don't. You live your life the way that you know is going to advance your health, advance your longevity, give you happiness, and without being a problem to the society. So changing this is another way I personally would like to maybe dress simply, but because they will say, this one I've never seen him on suits. He hasn't got money to buy a suit and so on. But even if I don't have money to buy a suit, and what about that? Does that change me as a person? It doesn't change what I am. So the status phenomenon is what is making a lot of Nigerians to go imbibe lifestyles that are not original.
Some beyond their means.
Beyond their means. It's not original. Because I've seen the other person doing it, I must do it. That is what is trending. Things like that. That is what is trending. My friends will not will think that I'm not doing well.
So sometimes these things, it's just about comfort. And now when you're talking, I'm beginning to see like a thin line. How do we balance living a sustainable life and living comfortably? Because somebody might have 2 cars or have 3 cars, because this is what gives him comfort. Okay, this car serves this purpose, this car serves this purpose. I'm just using that for instance. So now he's comfortable with this fleet of cars, but then you are saying he should live a sustainable life. So how do you balance?
I want to ask a question. What is the function? What is the function of a car?
To take you from point A to point
with ease. I think with ease. Good.
Mobility.
That is the level of comfort that you should be thinking about. If you can get to where you are going and on time with 1 car, it doesn't make sense you are keeping several cars for the same purpose.
You can say have 2 or 3. Because in most cases,
oh my goodness,
it's not easy for husband and wife to share a car. If you can think towards that.
Do you know?
Easy.
Do you know what?
Problematic.
The economy has even forced husbands and wives to use one car now.
Yeah, the price of PMS
now,
is
now,
no longer
now,
smiling.
that's for today.
that is to tell you that
Yeah.
Using one car is possible. And it will still give you the same comfort. Because, for example, adjustment. As far as you are a human being, you must be able to adjust from time to time, depending on the prevailing, circumstances. You must. If you go now to buy petrol at about PMS at about 750, 10 liters is 7,500 into this other car. 7,500 into this. That's about how much is that? About 15,000. How much are you earning that you are spending 15,000 naira every day?
We have to
sustainable.
Go.
So you have to look at that and then see your income will not be able to carry this. Drop the other car.
Now we are forced to drop the other car.
Drop the other car and then use this other one. That will still serve that purpose and taking you to wherever you wanted to go to.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for coming on the show. But is there any new technology or innovation that is in the horizon that you know of that can help us to ease, sustainable living?
Technology.
Positive impact on sustainable living.
Yeah, most of the technology that we have today, I think some of them are not still very sustainable.
Oh, okay.
Most of the technology that we have today, they are not very sustainable.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dofia, for coming on the show today. I really appreciate
I just wanted to chip in something.
Okay,
if for example, you are looking at, let's say maybe electric cars. Fine, beautiful.
Exactly.
It doesn't produce, the lithium, the generation of the electricity is from where?
From the battery.
The battery contains what?
Lithium.
Where do you get the lithium?
From the environment. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's a food for thought. That's a food for thought. We'll think about that. All right, Madam Medite.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, the doctor has said it all. This expert has said it all, and I've learned one or two things in there. And I was actually trying to think, how can we get started? Since a lot of people are not really aware because of their mindset how to go. So how can we get started? But I can remember you have already given a summary that we minimize a lot of things. Try and live a simple life. There's nothing. So when my son was trying to talk to me last time, I'm sorry, he said, "Mom, I've come to this city, California, one of the richest cities in the world, and I have come to see that the richest people walk on foot, sit in a cafe, take coffee with every other person.
Very simple.
And you cannot.
And don't walk in convoys or rows of cars, causing environmental hazards everywhere.
So that is
living. That is the way to go. I think we should.
You've just got it. That is what we are talking here.
All right. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. From all of us in the studios. Bye-bye, and thanks for watching.
Bye.
ADBN, Advocate Broadcasting Network.
No matter wetin I see, enough fit make mouth heavy to talk am. That's now why people dey talk.
You know wetin dey worry you, but you no go fit take help yourself.
In this kind of situation now, what if they really no talk to una? Wetin be the way forward?
They go bury our chairman on Thursday. We go remain